all to another level. Talking about the
we came to manage money.
The great resignation it's showing is that people are no longer willing to put up.
Yes. I am really, really, really excited to have in this episode a man that I really, really admire. He's called Professor Yao Azumah. He's the managing director of Kia Energy Group, which is an international renewable energy firm with the vision to democratize access to sustainable energy. Hi, Prof. Welcome to the Meaningful Work, Meaningful Life podcast.
Hi, Francine. I'm really excited to be here and chat with you.
Wonderful.
What we are doing here at Kia Energy Group.
Wonderful.
So thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you for making the time. I know that we're a very busy man, and thank you for making the time to be on this.
You are very welcome.
And I can see Sylvie as well. Sylvie Shikpe, how are you?
Fine, thanks. And how are you too?
I'm good too. I'm good. So thank you. So actually, just to give a context, we met in Lomé when actually both of you were actually at Stanford, the meeting where you were presenting the Stanford Lead Executive Education Program and how it transformed, you've been through the program and how it transformed your company. And I actually found after that, I visited your premises and I really fall in love with what you have accomplished. And really, as innovative company, obviously, and all the energy solar paneling that I've seen, but also at a human level with the team and what you have been able to do as well. So, you have been an inspiration, actually, one of my highlights in Lomé, to be honest.
Thank you.
So for those who don't know you, Prof, tell us in your own words who you are and what you do.
To make it short, I am a dreamer.
Mm-hmm.
I am a guy who is fighting every day to make sure that in the years to come, every people in Africa should have access to energy.
Mm-hmm.
And for it, I'm using my capabilities as a scientist, as an engineer, to design new and optimal or innovative and optimized system in solar area in such a way that the beneficiaries, potential beneficiaries, could have access to this kind of system from financial point of view. So I'm still in my dream to provide affordable energy to poor and vulnerable people.
Wonderful. I love that. I love how you define yourself as a dreamer. And we need to dream in Africa specifically. We don't dream enough. I think that we don't dream enough. Perhaps we don't have the luxury to dream, but I think that dreaming is a big thing, actually. If we want to go far, dreaming is one of the key, actually, to move forward. So wonderful, wonderful. So tell me, what is one thing that most people don't know about you?
Most people don't know that I'm a lazy guy.
Really?
Yeah, you two, you don't know.
That achieve a lot. So what will happen if you were not lazy?
Because of my laziness, I try to find a way to optimize how to do things. I don't want to spend much time on some subject. I think first to see how I can do it easily.
Mm-hmm.
So to have time for me for other things. So I'm a lazy guy, a very lazy guy.
Yeah.
That's helped me optimizing or thinking very fast to do things in how can I say it, in a rational way.
Very efficient way. I can actually relate to that because I'm also a lazy person, actually. People don't know that, but I can totally get what you say. Because I'm lazy, so I have to find ways to get around it as well. And to make things efficient. And for me, it's using digital tools actually to automate stuff. And then I don't have to do it myself. I think that's good. That's good. So now I'd like to know your background, what you did want to do when you grow up. You know, what were you dreaming of as a young boy? So what were you dreaming about, you know, when you were a young boy?
Let's say that I was born in Lome, Togo here, and I grown in Lome. I studied in Lome until my first university degree, which was at that time, it's not master degree, but it is, let's say, first year of master degree, but it was what we called in French maîtrise. Then I moved to France for my master degree and PhD degree. So I hold the master and PhD degree from University of Perpignan in France in the, energy engineering and with focus on solar system and energy efficiency. So after that, I spent 2 years in Canada for my postdoctoral research. I work with federal government laboratory, one of the energy, let's say energy system lab of the federal government of Canada. And from there, I jumped back in Africa and more precisely in Burkina Faso, where I lived like almost 10 years before as a professor in energy engineering at what we call TUAI, which is a engineering school, international engineering school based in at Ouagadougou. And from there, I also worked for 1 year, 1.5 year with African Union in Algeria, in the, let's say, building a new institute, Pan-African Institute, which is called Pan-African Institute for Energy and Water Sciences, which is located at the Tlemcen, which is a very nice town of Algeria, actually. And since 2015, I decided to settle back to Lome and created my company, which is a Kia Energy Group, fully dedicated to solar industry. When I was very young, my dream was to become a teacher. I like sharing my thought, my knowledge with people around me. And I do remember when I was at the secondary school, all the, let's say, either my team, my classmates, or other people around us were coming home so that I could explain lessons to them and all this. So I was clearly having in mind that I'm dedicated to become a teacher, lecturer.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that was my dream.
You still do, actually. You still do that, but obviously you have many, many, many more skills to teach now. And that is really fantastic. I love asking this question because a lot of people, in the end, when they look at what they wanted really to do, sometimes it's linked to what they are doing now, but sometimes they don't see the connection, actually. So that's why I always love to know, what's your background? What were you dreaming about when you were very young? Sometimes people lose it totally, and sometimes they connect that back to what they are doing. And this is what gives them actually a lot of drive and a lot of meaning in what they are doing. Wonderful, wonderful.
The only thing that I didn't dream about before is to becoming entrepreneur.
Oh,
Yeah, this one is let's say by accident that I became entrepreneur. It wasn't in my project, my professional
Why did
project.
you actually finally think that you were going to? Because you could have been in a very international company and earning nice money and not having headaches and earning all your salary every single month. Why then did you decide to become an entrepreneur?
I was fed up of working for other people who were not having a same vision like you, even who were fighting against your vision. Because sometimes, you know, if you are dreaming about some things, maybe you are thinking faster than your boss. So sometimes they don't collaborate. It's like they want to make sure that they are the one who are supervising the system.
Yeah.
Then I was fighting against, you know, the system. Either at Tuai, I was not happy about the vision, the new vision of, we had a new boss who was left in behind research activities. Me, I'm researcher before being lecturer. You know, for me, a good lecturer should first be a good researcher because it consolidates what you have to teach to people. Then I was not happy about the way he was thinking the education, or let's say the program, the program that we have at TUI. When I was working also for AU, I was disappointed about the heavy administrative procedures. You send an email and it will be taken like 1 week before having the reply of the email. It's, can see that it's a waste of time and people are fighting against small things. So, so that was one point. I decided to work for myself and solving problems on ground because of my research activities that I was conducting at TUI. I come to the fact that it is better to have my foot now on the ground, to serve people directly, not only by teaching, not only by lecturing, but to be also to have my as I said, my foot on ground, and that make a big change in my mind. So combined with fighting with my bosses because of a lack of vision or opposite vision, I decided to be in my own, and so far, so good.
So far, so good. You enjoyed that. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So, Sylvie, actually, you are the DC of Kia, and I met you also both with Prof at this event. Would you want also to introduce yourself? But I also want to know, how did you join Kia Group, actually? Because you have like a very good relationship as well. How you decided to join Kia, and also what you are currently doing there.
Okay, thank you, Francine. So I'm Sylvie Shikpe, as you said, it, marketing manager of Kia. In the year 2020, I found myself working closely with Kia. They were a visionary organization with a bold mission. Little did I know that this partnership will lead me on a remarkable journey. So at that time, Kia was one of the clients of the company I worked for. Our professional relationship was strong, and I poured my heart into understanding their needs and objectives. As fate will have it, I decided to pursue a new opportunity and join another organization. However, the connection with Kia remained strong, and we kept in touch. One day, out of the blue, I received a tempting offer from Kia. They expressed a desire for me to lead their new commercial and marketing department, which at that time was nothing more than a vision waiting to be realized. It was an invitation. I couldn't resist. In 2020, I officially became a part of the Kia family. with the support of a dedicated team and the guidance of an experienced chief manager. Yeah, we set out to establish and implement the commercial and marketing strategies that will define Kia future success. It was a challenge, but the passion for the mission and the shared vision of making a difference kept us moving forward. As time passed, I was humbled and honored to be recognized for my contribution. In February 2023, I was appointed as the executive director of the Kia Foundation. I can say the philanthropic arm of the organization. And so that branch is dedicated to creating positive social change and furthering Kia's mission. This role allowed me to launch initiatives that went beyond business and focused on making a meaningful impact on people's lives. Then the journey to Kia was one filled with challenges, growth, and moments of fear, but also moments of triumph. So I can say in summary, that is how I joined Kia and what I'm doing right now at Kia.
Yeah. No, that's a really brilliant journey, actually. And really, you know, when you see an organization has a vision like Kia, you cannot resist to want to join and actually do whatever you can to support.
And that's what the case, yes.
And I've seen that myself. And this is actually the reason I invited you both, Prof and you today, is because I have this pleasure to work with 18 of your management team and train and coach them in personal branding and employee advocacy as well. And, you know, and what you just say is really good, actually. So what is the thing that you enjoy the most, Sylvie, when you are working in Kia and the whole team that you are working with? What's some of the key things that you really enjoy the most?
We are always moving here. Every time things are changing and there is a new thing we have to do. If you are at Kia here, it is because you are a person that loves working. If you don't love working, you cannot be here at Kia. So it is one thing that really impacts me. And if you want to work, come here. But if you don't want to work, you just want to earn money, don't come here. So I'm really impacted by the work we are doing, how things are moving at any moment. You can wake up tomorrow morning and you will have another innovation, a new thing that you should think about and to implement. That's it.
Yeah, I love that. And I've seen actually all your team. Actually, I remember when I first arrived, when Prof made me see all this stuff, I see in the room a lot of young people, actually.
Yeah.
You know, I was amazed to see young people and girls, and with your foundation as well, you know, and how you're empowering girls. And it's really, really good, actually, to see how a visionary company is now supporting its employee. Prof, my question to you is that what made you wanted to offer to your team this training, you know, this training of personal branding and employee advocacy training? What made you wanted to do that?
Very simple. We are here 50 people. If all of them could have a mean to talk about Kia, so we have more people who will be tagged, because each of us has his network, you know, which is not necessarily connected with others one. So I was fortunate to meet you, and I was convinced that we can learn more from you. And that's why I asked you if you can offer this training to my let's say managers first, and maybe tomorrow it will be extended to the whole company, because that will make them talking easily about the company. That's one thing. And by doing so, they will feel as also owners of this company, because it's not just a feeling of employee, which is important when you are working in a company. You have to hold a share of this company as the defender of the causes of the company and sharing the mission. And if you can practice this by personal branding and all this, so I think that will make them feeling more as owners of this company than being aside and having only the communication team there written down about the company. That's why I think this training was very helpful for each of us.
And why do you think, as a company, it is important to really empower your employees in this fashion? And why do you think that many more other leaders or other business owners or managers don't think the same?
For me, it is very important to put people at the center of the business. And if you think that way, so anything that could help them to be, how can I say it properly, to lift them up, you provide them with it. I mean, building their capacity, empowering them to make them, feeling better in the company. It's one very important thing that could also help the company to grow. So the company should grow, but the company should grow with people who are working in the company. That's the way I'm saying it. And I'm looking at a sustainable company. I don't want that the company will stop with myself. I mean, tomorrow I can leave Kia or even pass away. So the company should sustain. And if you want your company to sustain, I think you have to empower your employees. You have to give them skills, necessary skills, so that they can work and feel that the work they are doing is also helping them to lift up their living conditions. So I think it is very important to have this both growing system match. Yes. The company growing should match with also the employees growing in the company.
Yeah. I remember that when we chat, this is one of the ideas that really struck me, is to really how you look at a sustainable way, actually, as a company, is the growth, of course, of the company plus human growth as well. So then matching both and making both sustainable together. And that's something that I found useful and very visionary. And yes, for the second part of my question, what do you think that many other business owners or people who are running companies today think the same?
Yeah, the point is, first of all, I think this is particularly Africa managers, because I think in Europe, people do think about capacity building.
Not everybody, though. You'll be surprised to know that not everybody also in Europe do.
Okay.
No?
Yeah. So you're right. You're right. You're right. But more here, I think people are just thinking about the fact that if I want to make money, I should create a company. And just when I create a company, all the guys who are working for me are like my slaves. So I have to exploit them and to grow quickly to earn money and become, the richest guy in the corner. Mm-hmm. I don't feel the same. For me, having money is not an achievement. It is a mean to work for the vision for what you are living for. My big achievement will be that many people in Africa are using our solar system to have access to energy. If that will make me becoming billionaire, fine. Otherwise, I don't have no big concern about money for me. So money should help us to achieve our vision, not the opposite.
Yes. It's a bypass product. So having money is a bypass result of delivering this great services to people and having their own energy, green energy. Okay, wonderful.
And if you don't mind, one more thing that I would like to say.
Yes.
If you want to give energy to people or electricity to people, is to make sure that it will lighten up their living condition. So if you are intending to do so, and you are not taking care about people who help you to achieve this, then you have an opposite of your own vision, because you want to make people's life better, and those who are working with you, you neglect the way they are living. So for me, there is a mismatch between both, way to behave. That's why it is, for me, it is clear that we have to grow together. The company and the employees have to grow together.
Yeah. That is the way you're explaining that is like a no-brainer. However, there is so many people who don't think that way. They just think that some people just come to the company to work, you tell them what to do, you abuse them as much as you can, and then they just leave. But you can't build a sustainable company that, people are going to put their heart into and grow that with you. If you treat them that way, actually, and you don't give them that agency in that company. So, and I see now all the innovative also things that you are doing online with Facebook and LinkedIn. So, so which changes have you seen since, we started this program? I know that you were doing different things already. So, but which change have you seen since we finished the program and, some of the successes that you are getting now?
The first thing is some of my employees were not on LinkedIn, even on Facebook, but now all of them almost are on this social media, and they are writing now today some small stories about the company or about themselves, which is nice, because I know they will have their own network, and we target them when we want to communicate, and this will bring more change tomorrow, I think. Yeah. So this is something which is sometimes for me, which is funny, because I'm seeing some of them who were hiding, I don't want to be on Facebook, I don't want to be in LinkedIn. Now they are discovering that maybe it is a good tool to communicate with people.
Exactly. Thank you. So, Sylvie, would you want to add something also to the result and the changes that you are making since you have been at the core of the training and the team? So, what actually are the other things that you want to add?
Okay, thank you. The first thing is that we uploaded our personal profiles on the different social pages. So we receive more subscribers. I personally, I receive more subscribers on my social pages, LinkedIn, Facebook, and TikTok, on which I started talking about myself in video, things I cannot do before this training. And I made a lot of progress with AI on a lot of issues quickly without having to wait for the feedback from my team.
Yeah.
And the marketing and communicating managers work with me on the implementation plan, each on their own. And one of us used to have 7 subscribers on LinkedIn, and now she has 202 subscribers.
That is
so it is a progress.
Yeah.
For the company, we uploaded the product visual, we uploaded it, and we revised it, and our communication start generation leads for the sales department through published contents. And also, especially talking about AI, ChatGPT has become an essential tool in many of us work, and it made things easier and help to move forward quickly.
Yeah.
Yes. And concerning Kia Energy Group, Kia Energy Group digital community increased by 50%, sorry,
Wow.
50%, yes.
Awesome.
And we also make a plan to implement the recommendation of the training course that we are following right now. So I can say that it is what I can add to.
Wow, I really love hearing your result, especially in not even 2 months now. So it's less than 2 months that you are getting this.
I forgot something, please. I want to add that we created a newsletter for Kia.
Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. I like to subscribe to that newsletter. Okay, so, and if you continue that way, you keep continuing this effort, by the end of the year, you're going to see how a compounded effect, how the effect is going to be compounded. Because as you go, as you are offering these new services, you are targeting better your clients and giving like a much more focused offer to them, you're going to see the kind of result that you're going to get. So it's really good to hear what is happening actually. So Prof, if I come back to you, some company may be thinking, that perhaps if they empower their employees, they may be leaving to find a new job. What is your perspective for that?
I think they're right, because this is a fact. Sometimes, if you have given training to your employees, they will find better job elsewhere and they'll go. Especially if you are working with young people, they are dreaming to have better, and tomorrow they can go. So taking into consideration this fact, capacity building is not only the point you should focus on when you want to keep your employees. You have to think about many other things. The social environment. What are you doing to make sure that people are feeling as owners of your company? Do you have a plan for their career? Are you thinking about their salary? I think, for instance, if you are earning money, if you are doing profit, are you sharing the profit with them? Because if you make sure that they are having how can I say, the feeling that they are considered in the company, if there is a profit, they are having their share of the profit in one way or another. We have a good relationship, social relationship. You are doing, let's say, recreative activities with them, outgoing activities. So there are plenty of things we have to work on to think about, so that we can keep your employees. We are facing a challenge here. We have very young staff. So they don't have their houses yet. They don't have their cars. They will get married. They'll have their own kids, etc. So how can we accompany them in all this? So if we can provide a system that could help them going through these different aspects of their life, then they will be with you for a long time. Because people are not only looking for money, but I think they want to live better. So what are you providing them or propose them to live better? So to answer clearly your question, this is a fact, but we don't know how to focus only on this to make sure that our employees are being with us because we have trained them. No, nobody will stay in a company because of capacity building. No.
Yeah. And I love what you say, actually. You have to think holistically, and make sure that you provide them everything. What are their needs? As you say, they want to start a family, they need the mortgage for their house, they need a car. So, if you look after them and then provide them the means to have all those things, obviously they're going to feel that, they don't even have much of choice to keep with you. And even I always say to people, even if they end up leaving, it's like you leave the family. It's like when you raise a child who goes, he leave the house, but he didn't leave the family. Even outside, they are still becoming your brand ambassador because of the way you treated them. But if you treat them bad when they go, guess what? They're going to say, yeah, these people are not good, etc., etc. So it doesn't matter whether they stay or whether they go, actually. It's whether the way that you have empowered them, what is going to stay in their memory, whether they are in or out, how they're going to talk about you. So always...
and sometimes also, excuse me to add something, sometimes having people coming or going out is not bad.
Exactly.
If you are not welcoming new people, maybe you are doing wrong things and nobody is able to see it in the company. So newcomer would see that, oh, if we change this, and he's coming also with his own expertise and experience. So we can help you keep having, new ideas or shaping the way to grow better. So for me, you have to be open for people who want to leave or others who want to join, but you have to make sure that you create a social environment that can make them feeling as in family. It's very important.
Yeah. And again, other people leave, they may go out and gain more expertise and come back again as well. So you can also, and that was the last year when I did the series that I did, the previous series than this one was about the Great Resignation, when a lot of people left their job. And I actually talked to someone who say that actually in their company, they are having a lot of people left who are returning back. Because why? Because they were not treated bad. They went and acquired a lot of skills, and now they're coming with those skills that they need. And they say, I think that is something like 9% of their old employee who left that came back. And I say, see, now they know that, okay, they go because you always think that, life is better outside. And then when you go out, you look and say, oh my gosh, I was way, way, way better in the past. So let me go back. At least they treated me well, etc., etc. So, so there are a lot of factors to think about when it comes to those employees' empowerment. So now, what would be your advice to leaders who want to start on this journey? Let's say that there is a boss who has never thought that they can start to empower their employees. What is your advice to them? Where should they start?
For me, it is very important, again, when you want to build a strong corporation, it's people who are making it strong. So if your employees are not very well skilled, if they are not skillful for making your company strong, it won't become strong. You alone, you can't do it. That's why you need employees. You need people even who are better than you in their area. So for me, they don't have to be fear about training their employees. They don't have to fear employees who are smarter than them. I think that is very important. Have to be confident. You are the boss, fine, but now leave the floor for those who can lead you from one step to the top one. Otherwise, you stay at the same place, being your small boss, and people are going far, and you are still at the same place. So that, for me, you don't have to fear people. You need even to learn from them. You have to chat with them. You have to be concerned about their let's say, living condition. It's very important. That's why I think you are not, it's not a waste of money or time when you are given, you are empowering your employees by capacity building. We have to do it more. We need people to feel at home when they are working with you.
Okay, cool. That is wonderful. Now we're going to go through the last part of this interview, which is the 3M. So this podcast is called Meaningful Work, Meaningful Life Podcast. So when there are 3M, I always like to discuss with my guests, which is meaning, money, and movement. I just wanted to know, Prof, where do you get your inspiration from? Where does your inspiration come from?
From natural people.
What do you
I
mean?
like chatting with ordinary people. You know, when I'm going around, when I'm doing my let's say jogging, or in the morning, I'm seeing people, and you know, I'm thinking about them. And when I'm going in rural areas, I have a very good observation of people. I observe them, I see how they are behaving, and it gives me a lot of inspiration. When I'm working around, I just observe what is going around me. I don't have a specific area or way to say that my inspiration is coming from here. I'm looking around, I see the people, how they are living in ordinary way, and my thought still is how can I help? That's it.
And Sylvie, and you, where do you get your inspiration from?
From everyday's life, I can say anything that is happening in my life and other people's life. I can be inspired, and I like reading. So some another person's testimony also inspired me. So that's it.
Okay, that's wonderful. So now,
maybe if I should add one more thing.
Yes, which one?
I like success stories. Like, for instance, when I decided to jump into the solar business, I was seeing around those who were famous in the industry, in this energy sector, but more globally, I was seeing, for instance, the story about Apple, about Microsoft, and so I tried to see if there is any similarity that could help me, you know, in what I'm doing. So I like people who succeed. I like excellent people.
Yeah. I can see, you know, like attracts like. So you can see something of you in them, and then you say, okay, let me go and learn a little bit. So wonderful. So now I'm a generous person, you know, and I have £1 billion to give you today. What would you do with that? How would you spend your days?
Thank you very much. You helped me. You helped me quickly having my dream comes true. I have a lot of innovation, you know, that I would like to make at scale. So we're quickly finalizing some of our prototype and testing them and producing them at a huge level so that more people could benefit from that. It will take a big headache for me because discussing a loan with local banks or even international banks is a headache. So if I have my own money, you said billions of
$1 billion.
of dollars.
No, £1 billion, not even $1 billion.
This is
more than $1 billion.
You make me an amazing guy because all Africa, or you know, let's say third countries will become very powerful in terms of access to energy, and it's specifically what I'll be doing with it. Of course, I'll have some of my vacation now in Hawaii, you know, to have a little rest. But it's not the first thing I'll be doing.
A small private jet to get you to Hawaii?
No, not necessarily. If it's not very profitable for me, I won't do it.
Okay.
I won't do it. I'm not very bling bling guy.
Okay.
I'm maybe it is because of how I'm seeing Africa. You know, when I come back from Canada, going in villages, I travel a lot in Africa. And when I'm seeing things, I said, we have a lot to do for this continent. And I don't know where to even to start. So if I have money and I'm wasting it, it is, I'm angry at people who are wasting it, because I said we can use it in a better way to help people, you know, in their living conditions. So I'm not saying that if I have a way to rest is somewhere to, you know, feel life, I'll refuse. Not that, but the most important things will be helping people having access to it.
Okay, that's wonderful. So you are still in your vision. And Sylvie, £1 billion for you. I'm feeling so generous today.
I'm afraid that is not the answer my boss is looking for.
Okay. You're going to leave him. Oh
no. No, I won't leave you.
She will leave me.
No, no, I won't leave you. But I will see better care for my health. Yes, I will see better care for my health. But also what I can do is to seek a partner here in Togo that will be an icon or star here that can be the face of Kia, because our products are not for any person that one is, but for a target people. So I'll seek to make a partnership with a person that is really an icon here in Togo that can really represent the face of Kia and talk about our products.
Who is the icon? You can name the icon, but perhaps we're going to
icons. I'm talking about stars. That's King. I don't know if you know Almog, for example.
Who?
Almog. She's a singer.
No. Almog.
Okay.
Almog.
Yes.
No.
Yes. She's a singer here, and her target is not every person. She can do. I don't know. How can I say? He can do spectacle for person that are really that have money, not for any other. Yes. So that kind of person can really represent the face of Kia and attracts people that can have our products.
Okay, you should start to talk to her. You don't need the billion to go and talk to her and arrange something, actually.
I thought I had a billion.
Yeah, I know what she'll be doing with his $1 billion. She'll
What
buy
is
Kia.
she going to do? She's going to buy Kia.
Yeah, first. It's what she will do first.
Yeah, perhaps that will be that. So, Prof, so now I know almost what you may say, but I'll ask anyway. How do you want to be remembered for?
Very good question. Is what I said, eternity, or if you want your name to remain after you pass away, you need to sacrifice things who are very important for you. And I'm fully dedicating my whole life to look for better solution so that people won't, won't fight against black, or how can I say it? To make people having affordable access to energy. This is a big concern for me, because you can't do anything, you can't develop anything if you don't have access to sustainable energy. You need energy for your house, for your company, for even your motion. I mean, your cars. If you have, for instance, electrical vehicle, you need to power it with power solar system, for instance. So for me, being an African, having the sun irradiation that we have here, I would like people to remember that there was a guy who dedicated his whole life to make sure that we find the appropriate solar system that will have impact on people living from house to their professional work. So if people can remember about me because of this, I think my soul will really, be in peace.
Yeah,
we will rested in peace. We'll be resting in peace.
Beautiful vision, beautiful, yes, legacy that you're going to remember you for. So now, how can people reach you and learn more about you and your work and what you do?
We have, for me, I have my personal, Facebook page, LinkedIn page. We have our website, and I am considering myself as a public man, so that I left my even phone numbers on websites, so people can WhatsApp me or call me or chat with me if they want to access to me. And by the way, when I have my let's say some rest time, I've written down my ideas of what I'm thinking about our society. So I'm a little writer. I'm learning how to write good novels or books in general. So I have published 4 books, so people can also know me better by reading my books.
So where are the books? Where can we find your books?
You can find my books on Amazon today.
Okay.
Amazon,
by typing what?
By typing Yao Azumah.
Okay.
Yao Azumah. And you can also, for those who are in France, for instance, if they go to FNAC, they can also see FNAC is a huge library, you have in France, so they can also have from there. And I publish at Hamilton, edition house, so they can also find my books from
on Amazon.
Come again, please.
Is it on Amazon as well?
Yeah. All my books are on Amazon. I'm talking about the edition house of the books, which is Hamilton.
Okay.
That people can go directly and order books from them. And so yeah. So I think
these days everybody goes to Amazon. I don't know anybody who goes to Amazon or any other FNAC. And
that's why I started with Amazon, which is the easiest gate to have my books.
Wonderful, wonderful. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. So the time has flown, actually. We are all at the end of our conversation, and it was a real pleasure to have you both, Prof and Sylvie, in this podcast today, and Meaningful Work, Meaningful Life podcast, and really sharing your insight to what you have in your heart. And I really, really thank you for sharing your wisdom, inspiring our readers and listeners, and keep up the good work.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to touch with you, and thank you for giving us the floor to express ourselves and to share our vision, our passion with people who are listening to your podcast. Thank you again.
My pleasure. And thank you again.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity.
My pleasure.